Hi guys, it's Wombat and this is Hungary map version 0.9.28 by Frank007, maintained by Indian56. This map is the map, the myth, the legend. It is the map mod that all map creators should go through and study and take notes of, because this is a map mod that doesn't require any map DLCs, and despite that it is one of the most beautiful map mods available for ETS2, and it is also the map mod with the most exciting and alive cities out there. You have people on the streets, you have cars parked on the sides of the road all over the place. There's a ton of details on this map, and still it doesn't make any graphics card sweat at all. It is a masterpiece, this map. And despite the fact that the map has not been developed at all over the last 2 years, it is still one of the best looking map mods out there, and it is still one of the most exciting map mods out there to haul on. As I mentioned, the map version is 0.9.28, and that happens to be the exact same version I did a video review of a year ago. And unfortunately the reason for that is of course because the map is not updated anymore. But thanks to Indian56, the map is being maintained and have now finally been updated for not only 1.35 but also DirectX 11. Indian56 does a tremendous job keeping this map available to us despite the game being updated to newer and sometimes, like with DirectX 11, more difficult versions to maintain it for. And I'm very grateful for that, and I hope that we someday will see Indian56 or other team members around him do more with the map than just maintaining it, like adding a few more roads every so often. But I'm not here to complain about anything really, because this is one of the more interesting map mods out there as it is. And one of the reasons that makes it more interesting is that the map replicates a road system of Hungary that existed before all the large highways more or less took over. So you have a lot of back roads and narrow roads and pretty, what I would call, big villages that you have to haul through instead of going around on a highway. I also went back and took a look at my old video, and back then the downloading of the map was relatively difficult, and setting it up was relatively difficult as well. There were a lot of mods that you needed, there were a lot of fixes that you needed, and you also needed to log into or create an account on restacar.hu. These days you don't have to worry about that. I strongly recommend that you still create an account on restacar.hu. There are links to that site in the video description, just because I want you to have a look at what is available there, because there are several add-ons available for this map. But perhaps for most of you the important thing is that there is also now a direct link to the download. And another great thing now is that setting this map up is as simple as it possibly can get. You have a model file, a map file and a def file, and that's it. There are no fixes anymore needed for this map. Now, before you shit your pants because of the size of this map, there are a couple of things I need to explain here. First of all, yes, this is Hungary, and yes, this is probably all the cities and towns and possibly villages that were present in Hungary in 2002. But none of these cities, towns, villages here are connected to the map. They do, however, say something, I guess, about the ambitions of Frank007 and what his goal was. But by the time he released his map for version 1.28, this was what he had developed, and that's where things ended. And to make it even a little worse than that, as you can see here, the towns and roads here and up here, they are not actually connected to the map. They were and are under development, but they are not currently connected to the map. If you still travel there, you'll see that there, besides all the broken roads, there aren't any houses anywhere. There are just roads right now. So never mind that. But since these roads are here, it is impossible really to say how many kilometers of roads there are on the map found here. But I have been over most of this map, not in any way close to all the roads that actually are connected, but I've been to the outskirts at least of the map, so this is approximately the size of the map. Still, it is a pretty large portion of Hungary you have on this map, but it is far from the entire country, of course. And at this point, I think it's time to do some flyovers. Yes, that's right. Flyovers are pretty difficult to make on this map because there are so much details on this map that your computer really can't draw everything up when you're in flyover mode or teleport mode or whatever you want to call it. Of course, that is not an issue when you are on the ground hauling here, but still it says something about how much there is going on just looking around you when you are hauling here. It's just fantastic. And this map is like this all over. There are no places where they cheated and just made a long, straight, boring highway. There are none of that. This is the kind of roads you see mainly on this map, and of course cities and villages and towns. And it goes on and on and on. And since it's on the 1 to 3 scale, doing a regular haul here can take an hour to complete, or sometimes even more, which makes this just fantastic because you can't get bored on this map. You constantly move from one road to the other to get from point A to point B. Just incredible. And of course, we have to go through how you set this thing up as well. It's pretty easy, really. Of course, you're gonna need a new profile. And the first thing you do there is you give yourself a name. I'm gonna go with Wombat Hungary map. Then you add a picture, a preferred truck design, a company logo, and a company name. And before you click the create button, you go to the mod manager, and there you'll have 3 files to add to the active mods list. It is the model, base, and def file. That's it. No fixes, nothing like that. Click the confirm changes button and change the playing module to hungary.mbd. Also, I'm not going to use a Steam profile. In any case, click create, skip the wizard, let the game load for a little bit, and now you'll get to see the actually active cities on this map, and it's not half bad at all. And keep in mind that it is on the 1 to 3 scale, so it's massive, alright. I'm gonna go with the default city and confirm selection, skip the tutorial, and you're off to do your first haul. Of course, this isn't my first haul on this map, but it's also not in the MAS. I think it was a 503 I used back then when I did my last video about a year ago, but that MAS doesn't work anymore. It needs to be updated. So I'm hauling around in a Volvo truck. They are decent. It is not a Scania truck, of course, but they are still decent. And yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe as well. Feel free to share all my videos, this one included, on all your social media. When you do, that helps me grow, and I thank you very much in case you do so. And in any case, take care everyone. Bye bye.